welcome back to my vlog. Today I want to share one of the most classic and heartwarming stories ever told. A story about a wooden puppet who dreamed of becoming a real boy. Do you know which story is? Yes, it is Pinocchio. Let's dive right in. Long time ago, in a small village in Italy, lived an old and kind woodcutter named Gibetto. He lived all alone, and he often wished, "Oh, how I wish I had a little son to love and take care of me." One day, Gibetto carved a special puppet out of a piece of wood, what called talk and move. He named him Pinocchio. As soon as he finished, the puppet jumped up, walked around, and even laughed. Gepetto was so happy that night he looked up at the stars and made a wish. "I wish Pinocchio could be a real boy." Late that night, a beautiful blue fairy appeared in Gepetto's workshop. She saw how kind and loving Gepetto was, and how lively Pinocchio was. She waved her magic and said, "Because your father loves you so much, I give you life. But to become a real boy, you must prove you are brave, truthful, and unselfish. And remember, every time you tell a lie, your nose will grow longer and longer." She also called a little cricket named Jaimini. Jaimini cricket to be Pinocchio, concise and good. Always let your conscience be your guide, she told them, but at first, Pinocchio tried to be good. He went to school, but along the way, he met two tricky friends, Fox and Cat. They told them that going to school was boring and he could become rich and famous easily. Pinocchio was young and naive, so he followed them instead of going to class. This was the start of his troubles. He joined a puppet show and became famous. But soon he was trapped and didn't know how to get out. The blue fairy came to help him. When she asked why he wasn't at school, Pinocchio told lies to cover up his mistake. And guess what happened? Just as the fairy had warned, his nose grew longer. With every word he said, it became so long he could hardly move. Pinocchio promised he would never lie again, and his nose went back to normal. But Pinocchio still had a lot to learn later. But Pinocchio still had a lot to learn. Later, he was tricked again and taken to a place called Pleasure Island. There's boys could play all day, eat sweet, and do whatever slay it there to long wolf, turned into a donkey. Pinocchio started singing too, but with Jimmy Crick's help, he barely escaped just in time. When they finally go back home, they found Gepetto was gone. He had gone out to sea looking for Pinocchio and was swallowed by a hawk, traveling was named Monster. Without thinking twice, brave little Pinocchio jumped into the ocean to save his father. He found Gepetto safe inside the whale belly, but they were trapped. Pinocchio thought quickly. He built a big fire to make the whale sneeze with a big aha monster sneeze them sneezed them put out far into the sea. They swim hard and reached the shore safely. Pinocchio was tired, wet, and hurt, but he had saved his father. He had been brave. He had told the truth, and he had put his father safely before his own. Saying all this, the blue fire appeared once more. She smiled and waved her wand. The golden sky turned soft and warm. The joints turned in a real hand, and Faith Gepetto cried tears of joy. And they lived happily together ever after. And that is the story of Pinocchio. This story teaches us the important lesson. Always tell the truth. Listen to good advice and be brave and kind to people you love. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories. See you in the next vlog. Bye bye.